Welcome to this first video in our AI Basics series. This series is aimed at non-technical people who want to learn more about AI and how it can be used effectively in real-world ways. So if you don't have a computer science degree, but you still want to learn the basic ideas behind how AI models like ChatGPT work, then this is the video series for you. Are you ready? Then let's get started.
At the heart of any language is a series of connected repeating patterns. Some simple, some much more complex, but patterns all the same. As a large language model has seen literally millions of pieces of writing, it's been able to spot and recognize these patterns and how they relate to each other. Let's take a look at some of the language patterns that exist in English, so you can see just how LLMs build up a picture of how letters and words fit together.
Language patterns exist within words and also in the way words are arranged in sentences. Take a look at these 3 pattern ideas shown here. First of all, when you find a letter Q, either at the start or in the middle of a word, you almost always find that the Q is followed by the letter U. Second, many words have common endings, such as tion or shun. Words such as information, transformation, and locomotion, for example. There are, of course, many more common word endings, such as ment, M-E-N-T, as in agreement, enjoyment, and development. And finally, it's not just patterns within words. Patterns also exist between words. For example, a sentence starting with the words "the cat" is more likely to have a cat-related action word following it. So, "the cat purred" or "the cat jumped" are more likely continuations than "the cat built" or "the cat painted."
While the patterns we've just looked at are quite simple, you can probably imagine that the AI model also spots and stores a huge number of very sophisticated patterns. But here's where things get even more interesting. When you give an input to an LLM, like a question or the start of a sentence, the model uses all the patterns it knows to generate a response. It uses everything it has learned to predict the most likely next word, then it predicts the next word after that, and the next, and the next, continuing one word at a time until it completes a full response. But while it may look like it's writing something with intent or meaning, what it's really doing is guessing the next most likely word over and over again.
It's this combination of recognizing patterns and predicting what comes next that allows LLMs to generate impressive, useful, and often quite natural-sounding text. But there is a key issue. LLMs do not have any real understanding of the text they generate. Even though the process behind them is incredibly complex, they are simply making educated guesses based on patterns. They're not forming thoughts or reasoning like a human.
That concludes our introduction to how LLMs work. Here are the key points to remember. LLMs are trained on vast amounts of text. They analyze this data to learn patterns within and between words. When you give them a prompt, they use those patterns to predict the next word, then the next, and so on. This lets them produce meaningful responses quickly and at scale. But despite how clever they seem, they don't understand what they're saying. They're predicting, not thinking. And that's why they can sometimes sound convincing, but still get things wrong. So that wraps it up. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.